This is our 95th year of existence as Catholic Charities North Dakota. We started in 1923 by Monsignor Vincent Ryan, who followed the progression that was going across the country. St. John's Orphanage was in Fargo, and at that time they really didn't have a placing agency, so Catholic Welfare Bureau was started to help with placement of these children, but also to help the unwed moms. In 1926 we became incorporated. As we progressed, in 1960s we turned into Catholic Family Service. We're still helping the vulnerable, still really helping the poor, but it was more service-oriented versus filling in the need, but helping them progress. And then in 2003 we changed to Catholic Charities North Dakota to really emphasize that we're covering the entire state. In 95 years we've been able to maintain our faith-based. And I think that goes all the way back to our forefathers who started Catholic Charities and the programs that we have. And we have very, very solid programs.
The thing that really impresses me is the awareness of Catholic Charities. We've got offices in the major cities, but now we've got staff that are working in rural communities, and particularly in adoption. When you've got a young family looking to adopt a child, Catholic Charities can be there to guide them through it.
We met in college. We were both at Williston State. 4 years later, we got married, and now we're going on...
It'll be 8 years this year.
8 years of marriage. Infertility has kind of always been a huge part in our family. You know, my aunts and uncles, I have cousins, you know, friends. They always went with Catholic Charities. And so when we struggled with infertility for 6 years, we just kind of thought that that's where we would lean to.
It's just like an emotional roller coaster because, you know, you go infertility and everybody's, yes, hopeful, yes, this is going to work, and it's just when you get your hopes up, and finally we were just, it's time to just start the adoption process and start a family. We
were chosen by the birth parents when the birth mom was 6 months pregnant. I was lucky enough to be a part of the birth. And the minute she was there, I mean, I was a mom. I mean, immediately. She was absolutely beautiful. All that time, we waited and waited and waited, and all of a sudden she was there. It's like, we're parents.
It's real. I mean, yeah, finally, and it was a long time coming.
Catholic Charities was just so amazing with Lillian, and since we had such a good experience with them, it was just automatic that absolutely we wanted to adopt again, and we were lucky enough to be chosen again. You gotta just have faith that God has a plan for you, and this was His plan for us. He wanted us to have Milo, and we welcomed it with open arms. Catholic Charities was great to work with. I mean, they were so patient and just so caring and so understanding. It's really scary going into it at first. You know, it's like, is this our right step? You know, and it turned out great. Adoption is a wonderful thing because that gives everybody an opportunity to have a family. It's absolutely amazing to get a little bundle of joy like this one.
There are so many elderly people that don't have family, and they need someone to be there for them, to help them with everyday living and just support them and to love them. There's a lady that lives nearby in a little apartment house. She has to use a walker to get around. She has no means of transportation other than the senior van. but is so concerned about the little bit of cost that it'll be. I'm quite sure that her bills aren't being paid as they should be. In giving her a hug before I left one day, she just sobbed on my shoulder, and I'm sure she hadn't had a hug in many, many years. I believe we make things better by doing what God intends us to do. These needs can be met, but we need to have people in place that are willing to step up, to be a guardian to an elderly person. And in Catholic Charities, that's our goal, to reach out and be Christ-like and be that ripple effect.
I am so grateful for our contributors and our supporters, and moving forward, if they continue, we're really hoping that they see the value of the elderly the way we do and really support and help us move forward with providing whatever kind of comfort we can for them.
It's very humbling because, you know, you're just a snippet of time in that 95 years. But if you can just keep that ball moving, it makes your heart swell with God's love.
95 years of serving those in need. Come join the journey. We'd be forever grateful.